Hi, welcome to Kate's Paper Creations. I am Kate with a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Washington State, and I am here today with my free video tutorial for simple stamping. Simple cards beautifully made. So let's get started. This is the card we're going to be making today, and I will show you just how simply beautiful it can be. We're going to be using the Blossoms in Bloom stamp set. It's a stamp set that's currently in the annual catalog, and it will be carrying over, in a good light here, into the new 2021-22 annual catalog as well. So lots of ideas still going to be coming out for that particular stamp set. So that's the stamp set we're going to be using. I'm going to be using Magenta Madness, Mango Melody, and Just Jade for the colors today. And I'm going to be using Artistry Blooms Sequins for the bling on these. And let's see, Memento Black Tuxedo Memento Black ink for the sentiment. And Marvelous Magenta, or Magenta Madness, too many M's. Magenta Madness cardstock, and just basic white regular cardstock. Okay, and I'll share with you, this is how I store my embellishments when I order them. I put them all in cases. I create a cover for them. It gives me all the information down here so that when I hand them around at a workshop, they can get the ordering number and the cost and what all is included in it, all right there at the workshop. Puts the title on the back of the case as well, and then they just go up on my shelf in alphabetical order, so they're easy to find. So okay, let's get started. Magenta Madness, got it right this time, cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and burnished, so it will stay closed nicely. There we go. That's that part. Super easy. Then I cut 2 4 by 5 1/4 pieces of basic white. And we're going to just stamp those. First we'll do the outside. Oh, I'm moving things around again. That's what I do. And I am using the Magenta Madness ink for the flowers. And we'll get those inked up. I am putting a piece of foam pad behind because this is a large photopolymer stamp, and I find that I get better stamping images if I put something that has some give underneath it. There's not a right way or wrong way to attach or to stamp this flower on there, so I'm just gonna do it. Here we go. Doesn't matter if I do it up or down or whatever. Let's hope we got a good image, and we did. Excellent. Okay, now I am going to get the little dotted center, and it's going to get stamped with the Mango Melody. Should be a song for that or something, right? And for these smaller ones, you don't really need the foam, but it's already sitting here, so we'll just leave it here. Just kind of a brightly bold look. Isn't that pretty? Now, the next thing I'm going to do is stamp some leaves. And I don't want to stamp over, so I have created a mask. Now, I don't know if this is considered simple or not, but I stamped that same image onto some plain copy paper. And then I cut out the basic outline. Now, the trick when you're doing masks is to cut the piece that you're using for the mask just ever so slightly smaller than the actual image. So just inside the printed line, because that will eliminate having those white spaces between the edge of your picture and what you're stamping. So this is cut just slightly smaller, and I'm just going to stick it on here as and lining it up as best as I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Oh, and I've used Tombow removable adhesive on the back of this to hold it into place. Then I'm going to bring in the leaf and Just Jade ink pad, and we'll ink that up. And then I can put a leaf there, and a leaf here, and I think I need one more over here. Okay, and then when I pick up that mat, my leaves don't overlap my flowers. They look like they're coming out from underneath them, and I like that. Now, another little tip I will tell you is when you make a mat like this, and you probably are going to think about coming back and using it again, I suggest that you keep that, just stick it inside your stamp case and keep it, because then you don't have to make another one later on. That's what I do. Okay. Now I'm going to just stamp a few smaller flowers, and I'm going to reverse the coloring, and I'm going to stamp the flower with the Mango Melody, and I'm going to put one there and one up here, and I think I'm going to just do two up here. It doesn't have to be exactly like the sample. And do I want another one or don't I? I don't think so. Okay, and then in the stamp set is this another little flower, but I'm going to use it as a flower center, and I am going to put the Magenta Madness on it, and I'm going to bring it down so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to stamp it. It won't look perfect. That's okay. That's part of the charm of the card. Don't be a perfectionist. You can't be a perfectionist and stamp with me. That's just all there is to it. Okay, we can get that stuff out of the way because that's basically the front of the card. And I am going to turn that over and apply it to the front. Now you could, and I did, I put this on with dimensionals on the front of the card, and I think that's what I'm going to do with this one as well. So here we go. Now I don't get too carried away with dimensionals. You can put on as many or as few as you want, but I think this works. And here we go. Get this, I'm gonna set it this way. And I want those to be at the top, so don't do like I have done in the past and put your front piece on backwards or something. But there we go. Okay, and then I stamped the sentiment with just the plain old Memento black ink. And I just put it on at an angle right over the flowers. It's a nice dark ink. It shows up just fine. There's a happy birthday. I'm in need of some happy birthday cards. I've kind of been using them up. Okay, then I'm going to bring in those Artistry Blooms sequins. And there's different colors, but I think I'm going to stick with this color. There's a really pretty kind of orangey color too. Oh, let's do that. Let's use those. And I'm just going to use the smaller of them. Cooperate. There we go. I'm just going to put them in the center of those little flowers that I did, just for a little bit of bling. I know this probably breaks the Simply Stamping rules, but I couldn't help myself. Okay, there is the outside of the card. Now we got to have something on the inside, so I did some of those smaller flowers on the inside, and I just did 3 of them down here or in the corner like this. And then I put that little, where is it? There it is. There's my little flower. And we'll put it right there in the center of each of those, just for some brightness on the inside. And then we'll attach that to the inside of the card. And then that will be my Simply Stamping Beautiful Cards Simply Made project for today. Not really, you don't really need instructions, do you? I mean, it's just so simple to do, but sometimes it's just fun to get the idea from somebody else. So there are my Simply Beautiful cards for the day. I enjoyed doing them for you, and I hope you enjoyed the video as well, and that you will consider shopping with me through my online store, the link of which will be in the description below. You have a wonderful stamping day. Bye.